Hi, my name's John Wright. And you know what? Whenever I want to make a tape, I could just get online and I could just make a tape. Isn't that fun? And you know why I do is because, heck, I have been suppressed for so many years. They have suppressed me for 50 years, and I'm ready to go back to doing what I want to do. And what I want to do is what I've always done. If there's been problems, I help eliminate problems. If people came to me with problems, what did I do? I showed up and I tried to fix their problems because they laid their problems on me. And here just I'm looking at what I wrote here. And I write things from the heart. I don't need somebody to do a script for me. I have a mindset. I've decided what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do, why I want to do. And I don't need nobody telling me I can do something or I can't do something. And I've had people telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm sitting there telling them, oh, yes, I can do this. And yes, I can do that. And these people cannot do what I do. And why do they do what they do? Well, I don't have the slightest goddamn clue, but now I do. It's because they had motives. And their motive stems right down to the river to the sea from Morton all the way to Hezbollah in the Middle East. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm not too afraid of these here people anyway because I usually get along with everyone. And the reason is for one, I go with the fucking law. And when people are standing there and, like here, I've got people that will defend Donald Trump, but Jesus Christ, I am a Republican and I cannot defend somebody that breaks the law. When you're talking about you want a law-abiding president, well, Biden's really operating within the law of what he's doing. Now, does Mr. Biden have anything in his closet? Well, Jesus, you tell me one person that doesn't have dirty laundry in their closet. Here's one for you. A guy tells me, he says, and he knows already, my dad's, they're trying to tell me things, but they can't come out and say it. He says, John, he says, we all got assholes and they're all dirty. Now, if you want to pretend that your asshole has never been dirty and you want to sit there and bleach it and scrub it with a toothbrush to make it look goddamn nice and pretty and prestige, that's just going to take a lot more fucking effort than it's worth. Just face it. You've done things that you're not proud of and you're hiding them. Okay? And then you're suppressing it and you're causing things to erupt within you. Okay, I'm just saying that because I'm telling you from a perspective of knowledge. Because why? I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen people come in the bowling alley. I've seen people acting out. I've had people come in there tell me their goddamn problems where I'm sick of it. I don't get paid enough for it. But when they come and tell me, hey man, your family's doing stuff. What are you talking about? Can you tell me more? I'm sitting here. I know my family's been acting out, but I want to know what you're saying because they're doing it behind my back too. And these people say, well, I can't tell you. Well, I goddamn know what they've been up to now. That's this secrecy that shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be happening. And here, I'll go ahead and flip this. I was looking over here, watching one of my friends, Emily Gray, and here's another one over here. And this one here, she's from Washington State right here, matter of fact. And this one, she's from the East Coast. Emily Gray, she's a really beautiful woman. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up and visits me if I become a governor in Washington State, or even if I was in the presidency of the United States of America, or even if I go over to Washington, D.C., if I go over there and visit Joe Biden or Kamala, I wouldn't doubt it if one of these women show up over there and have lunch with me. I mean, too bad, so sad. Some people have privilege and some people don't have privilege, and I'm just a nice guy. And some people just like me when they sit down and talk to me because why? I'm a normal person and I try to make sense out of what they're dealing with. Because I deal with people's problems. When people come to me and they're fucking dealing with problems, it's because they can't get no satisfaction nowhere else. Now, let's get these people back where they belong. I mean, I would love to talk to these people that's came here into the United States and give them a different type of a message. While you're here on visiting purposes, while we're cleaning up your act over there in the Middle East, because it's their own problems too that we're dealing with. And I'm just going to tell you in a nutshell. You know why these people are running to the United States? It was because they've got laws here to protect their lives. They'll live if they get to the United States. They don't think they'll live over there in the Middle East. They're fleeing over here because they have no place to go. Why? Because people like Donald Trump has built backfires and stuff to push those people this way to make it look like they're invading our country and Joe's not doing something. Bullshit. Joe does know that there's a weak border problem, and ever since I came forward, Joe's moving the ball the right direction, especially now that they're weeding out this crap that's within the United States, in the senators, the governors, the whatever, all these politicians. Wherever there's garbage, there's garbage. If there's garbage in your town, it's time to get rid of it. If you've got law enforcement that's not doing you right, you say it's time just to show up and start doing your job right. And by the way, we expect claims to get settled in the Department of, we're investigating a homicide. You get rid of all the detectives. I want them all goddamn canned if they have not produced fruits. And I goddamn mean it. They should be on it. They should get people done, because I goddamn know I'm a retard. I could fucking do better than them. I am not going to fucking sit here. I can't fucking do it, because I goddamn, you throw cases at me and I fix cases. And that's the problem they had in Lewis County. I'd fucking go and I'd tell them the truth about the cases. I'd find out why. And you know, people behind people's back, they would tell me stuff. You know, they would tell me stuff in a certain way. They couldn't tell me directly. Why? If I fucking found out and said, well, I heard from such and such, they might get killed. But as far as I'm concerned, if some people's told me stuff, I goddamn couldn't care. I just goddamn couldn't care. I just want to know the fucking truth, and I want to know the fucking cause and effect of it, and what the fuck's caused this. And I'm telling you right now that these here people that's been pushed around throughout the thing, they're coming in with a mindset, you know, man, this is the way, you know, and it's almost a crazy thought. And we are all dealing with it, and we're all watching it. Okay, now, somebody's been feeding these people filled with shit. Now, I'm just going to be here, and I'm just going to goddamn be straight about it. I'm going to just tell you how it is. We've got laws in this here country, and these here laws are to be upheld. There is no excuse for not upholding the law. When you're making excuses for not upholding the law, what are you doing? You're minimizing the law. Now, there's no minimizing of the law, because if you minimize the law, you got the effect of Donald Trump. You got the effect of these raspberries, harassing berries. And the harassing berries just dry up. We're sick of you. We do not want our country tore up anymore. And we want rights for everybody, including you raspberries. You know why? Because we're going to have to put up with you anywhere. So we want you to abide by the same laws that we abide by. And they're the laws of the land, and they're the laws that's true and blue and been here for all these years. Whether you're red, or whether you're white, or whether you're fucking blue, it don't matter to me, because you know what? I'm a fucking Republican, and I gotta goddamn eat that shit that Donald Trump has done to us. Matter of fact, I want to just rip the Republican Party apart and say, now you rebuild it good. You know, I'm not happy with Haley, whatever she is. You know, they are all just a coup type. I could just see this now. And even Chris Christie, I thought Chris Christie was cool because he did fucking Bridgegate. But Bridgegate's no more than a transition from Watergate. They're backburning, they're doing stunts and stuff. One stunt bigger than the next stunt, and it just covers up the next stunt, the last stunt, whatever. Donald Trump's mother-in-law recently passed away, and they showed up in the first thing I seen was like a hit crew sitting there, all these pictures. Then I see a poor picture of Donald's wife, Marlena, you know, by herself with her head down. She looks like she's gained some weight and stuff. She's probably depressed. I'll bet you money, because you know why? I've been dealing with fucking people for fucking so goddamn long, I fucking could see things. I could see things even in Donald Trump's face. You know, it's terrible what's happened to Donald Trump, by the way. And by the way, another person there's something going on with is Clarence Thomas. You know, our illustrious guy that's on the bench of the Supreme Court. Now, Clarence Thomas got goddamn problems too, and they're stemming right down to Donald Trump. You know how I know? I investigate people. You fucking put 2 and 2 together and you get goddamn numbers coming up. And another thing is, I would like to have these guys get ready to go back to their homeland over there in the Middle East. They better get goddamn excited about it, because I don't want them fucking moving in here to the United States. I should say, whoa, they can't move here? No, they can come and visit here. And they got to get in line to get in fucking visa land if they want to come here. There's no excuse for the law for them coming through Mexico or some other fucking place instead of through, well, Ellis Island. We get that French fucking whore out of there, so we're not giving a mixed signal of bad shit anymore. You know, I would say that I would like to have a statue. I think that I'm entitled to a big, large amount of money. But at the same time, I'll say, right now, I think that there should be a cap on this kind of shit, $21 million, because I bet I could go for $100 million for all the damages that I've received. But I'd say $21 million is better than me living out there in the fucking woods. Me fucking be limited to fucking living like I had been. $21 million would be like fucking $1 billion fucking dollars to me. And matter of fact, Mr. Trump does not have fucking all that money. It's propped up propaganda. He's running off credit, he's running off OPM, he's running off other people's money. I goddamn know how this shit works. And I'll tell you what, Wealth Without Risk, I read that fucking book, and I know exactly the shit that Donald Trump's pulling with this. He's smarter and he don't have to pay his taxes and, you know, all this shit. If there wasn't for people like Donald Trump pulling that shit, our taxes would be a lot fucking lower, our streets would be a lot fucking cleaner, and there'd be a lot less fucking harassment going on. And you know what? I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about this more. I can only do about 12 minutes, and this is the number one, and I'm just going to upgrade it right now, and then I'll go back and I'll come review it, and I'll come back to this. But I want to talk about getting people back to the countries of their origin. And, you know, like my brother-in-law, he's the heartbeat. He tells me what he's hearing and stuff. And he's telling me, you know, civil unrest and stuff. And I say, well, that's Donald Trump's problem. And Donald Trump's going to fucking pay for it. Donald Trump is going to pay for it. You know why? He's running around with his head cut off like a fucking chicken. Trying to fucking, Donald Trump's done. All but except he hasn't killed himself, become a martyr, or something terrible happened. He'll have a big event, I'm sure. You have a nice day, and I'll be back with our second episode.